You heard of Frankie Lyman?
Hello, 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 hello. Thank you guys for tuning in for another great interview here on King Simon Entertainment, the KS News. We are so excited to have wonderful, wonderful guests on our platform. Today is no exception. Before we introduce our wonderful, amazing guests, as you see right to my right, your left, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys follow and share this link. Make sure you guys support the platform. And anywhere you see us, comment. Let us know how we're doing, how we are impacting your lives. This is what the show is all about. And here we are again with another great classic interview with none other than author, journalist, interviewer, Tara S. Merchant. How you doing?
I'm blessed. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. I truly appreciate you.
No, it's been such an honor to have you on. Even when I first got the call and then I got the bio, she's so amazing. She's doing wonderful work. More people need to know about the wonderful and amazing things that she has done and continue to do. And this is what the platform is all about. And I'm so glad to have you on to dive in a little bit deeper into the wonderful, amazing things you got going on. So please introduce yourself to our audience and let them know how you got started in journalism.
Well, I am Dr. Tara S. Merchant. I am, as Mr. Claiborne Bond first said, I am an author. I am an interviewer, celebrity interviewer, influencer, motivational. Uh, First and foremost, I'm a child of God.
Yes.
Um, but I can't even say child, woman of God.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
That's I'm a mom. I'm a daughter. I'm a wife. Um, I started this through Yada, which a lot of people have said yada 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 over the years, not even knowing that they're calling on the Most High, who
Mm,
is all knowing, and that's what yada means.
mm,
And so I've been doing this now 8 years,
mm,
and what started it was um, just a quick story. I had a podcast, still does. Uh, we too can make it all right, and that's kind of we just got to make it all right.
mm,
And during that, I've had the opportunity to interview some really great icons, especially in the music industry, um, that spoke about the challenges they've had, how they paved the way for those now in this generation. And some of the stories were so compelling to me that I said, wait a minute. I said, too many people around here have stories, and they're great stories, but they're shelved, if you will. Or, they feel like I don't want to put it in the wrong hands. So with Yada, I said, well, I need to do something about that. And that's what started that process. And it started by way of screaming. And then I said, you know what? We're not going to do the Netflix, the norm.
mm.
Let's do something that is for us, if you will. And I want to add about Black media and how we're depicted.
Mm.
I just think that we need to have so many other platforms that's showing the positive side and who we are as a people. So that's what really started me to doing what I do. And that's being a voice to those that are voiceless. That's what Yada is about.
Mm. Yes, amazing. So, what began? Like, where did it all start? The passion for even to tell stories, the passion to even transcend over into journalism. Did it start when you was a young girl? Did you undergrad in it? Did you after you lived a little bit, you started doing it? Like, how did you get into it as far as the actual work?
It started from a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to school, law school, actually. And, but I've always had a passion for writing.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my English teachers, Mr. Frank, my fourth grade English teacher, he said, you know what? Writing is a mechanism, it is a way to release. And he said, just write what you feel, write your feelings, write what you need, you know. And that's what really started, because I've always had a passion for poetry and just writing good stuff, stories. And what I say nowadays is nobody can tell you a story like you can. So that was a start. That was the catalyst right there. Just always write. It came natural.
Yes. So that's very very interesting because that's so important. And, it's so important in journalism.
Yeah.
It's so important in any platform that we are helming to make sure we are ahead of the story, that we're driving the story, and the story keeps its integrity throughout, especially when we're talking about ourselves and anybody else for that matter. But
Mhm.
definitely, like you said, how we have been historically depicted, it's important that we shed that integrity and that truth dynamic and
Mhm.
fact dynamic to our stories. And so you have a law degree, a JD law degree from Florida A&M, Upscale Magazine, Yaba TV Network. Amazing things that you're doing. Tell us a little bit about the two books you authored, Rearrested by Faith, and the second one, A Peace on the Master's Throne.
Rearrested by faith is just what it is.
Mm,
Sometimes God have to sit you down or get your attention, if you will, to listen to the assignment that he has for you. Now, I'm not going to go into it because I like for people to read it,
mm,
but we've all gone through something in life. Some things we are not proud of, lessons upon lessons.
mm,
And you just really have to sit back and reassess some things. And it taught me, it was really a cleansing for me, that book, Rearrested by Faith. I thanked God for rearresting me,
mhm,
because a lot of times we commit ourselves to say, you know what, I'm a follow God, I'm gonna do what I have to do and let that be it. But it's a lot of discipline. And the thing with a lot of women and men, we have a tendency of wearing our heart on our sleeves a lot. And by doing so, we allow certain things to govern
mm.
our responsibility, accountability. We allow it to govern that, when we should just sit back sometimes and just really think about, let me see, is that the right thing? Is it not? And my motto now, if I pray about it and I don't get the response, if you will, or the confirmation, that's not for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not for
and that's really important because lots of times we are driven by the money, we're driven by the position, the status, and so when you make a commitment and a devotion,
me. Mhm.
that's how you want to operate and on such a level of integrity,
It's,
saying that if God is not purpose or at the helm, if He didn't give you the green light on it, you're not going to move. That is a commitment all within itself. That is a road less traveled, and so please shed a little light on. Although it may seem as if it's narrow and that the blessings in doing that are few, please shed light that hey, the blessings is just as plentiful, doing it God's way than doing it driven by any other thing that we might be desired to have, down here.
let me tell you. Oh boy. Um, Again, grace is so sufficient.
Yes.
And I tell people, I'm not all of that, because I know that who is at the head of my house, who's at the head of me. So when I feel like, or if I've ever felt like it's all about me, it's not. It's not. It's grace.
Mm,
And so when we sit and we think that we know everything, or when certain things come to us and we just go ahead and jump on that thing and don't think that you get yourself in a lot of trouble
Yes.
doing things in that manner because we can't act on our own understanding. We
Mm,
really can't. And I learned that the hard way.
mm.
And you just really have to have that when you're blessed to have the discernment, when you're blessed to have that third eye, if you will,
Yes.
sometimes you just have to sit back and wait, because just you doing that can close a door to something that would have been detrimental.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
And in this, in this time and age, discernment is so tricky
Yes.
now. It
Yes.
is, you really, really need to just talk to him a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I say, because everybody has different preferences, but it's only one God.
Yes.
And I say, always conference, the same way you and I are talking. Talk
Yes.
to him
Yes.
the same way.
Yes.
And a lot of things can be alleviated. Yeah, a lot.
Amazing. So I almost want to give a little background of, did you, as far as your work background, did you go right into journalism, or did you work other employments and then you kind of transition into, because you have a lot of wisdom, and does it always spear from journalism right away, like working in the newsroom, things of that nature? Or did you work, maybe you was a bookkeeper and then you went into journalism? So what was some of your work history background?
You know what? I'm going to say this. When you are a mom, and thank God for my children, well, they're not children, they're adults.
Okay.
You're a mom and you're in school and you're trying to juggle,
Yes.
you're gonna do, and let's just keep it real, you're gonna do whatever you can. I've done swing shift, I've done things
Okay.
to put food on the table.
Yes.
Now in my journey, while on my journey, if you will,
Yes.
I'm in school, I'm in English again. That writing came
Yes.
to me, so
Yeah.
I didn't get it from in school with the newspaper. I did not get it from you know working in the mail. It didn't come that way.
Yes.
It came by way of just having that in me to
Yes.
do. Now, mind you, when you're in school, you're in college, you're doing your thesis, you're doing your English work, you're doing these things. That
Absolutely.
people major in it because that's something, again, they want to do, whether you're English, whatever it is. But
Yes.
came by way just of a gift, I say.
Yes.
And I say it as just life.
Yes.
And you just put your thoughts on paper.
Yes.
That's how I got mine.
No, it's amazing. And so therefore that's important, because that wisdom, that life experience, the things you go to that get you to derive to where you are as far as purpose and the things that you was meant to always do. But
Mhm.
everything you go through, you take it, you learn, and you use it to where when you operate in purpose, it's going to be significant because you need to have known it, to have learned it, and that's your growth. And so it's important. So I often ask, what was that? What was that like? What was that? You know what I'm saying? Because it definitely factor into one's perspective. And so it's amazing that you have all this wisdom that you're taking into journalism. You're telling stories of integrity. You're telling stories that matters. You finding the truth and pulling it out of these stories where it might be hidden and it's not really what's going to be up in the forefront. But it's your job to really to share that and to make people really be seen in a more true light than what they desire, which is not often what we experience in mainstream. And so I really take my hat off to you as far as you becoming just a media mogul, as far as Yada, upscale and all things that you're doing. What are some of the things that you desire to do that you have not done yet?
Be a part of a change in humanity.
Mm, yes.
That's
Yes.
what that's what I want to see happen.
Yes.
I want to go back to something you said about wisdom.
Yes.
I have been blessed. Um, my dad's mom, my mother, um, so many powerful women and men
Yes.
that have been the structure of who I am.
Mm,
And I say, when my dad's mom introduced me to Christ, and I watched her at one of the motherboards in our church, and she gave me all the valuable tools. And back then, I didn't look at it that way because what
Yes.
I wanted to do was play. And I'm
Yeah.
the oldest granddaughter
Oh,
at
wow.
the time. So it
Yeah.
was me, her, and I'm watching this woman make biscuits 3 times a day.
Wow.
And I'm
Wow.
from the big city, New York. So I'm
Okay.
here and I'm wondering, like, why do she have
Yeah.
me in this kitchen
Yeah. Yeah.
watching her? Why?
Yes.
I want to go outside, but I understood.
Yes.
And when it came time for me to sit and watch her shell them field peas on the porch, and she had that dust coat on, they used to call it,
Uh,
those were the best conversation, James, I've had in my life.
wow. Wow.
Because those were they were so organic and
Yes.
authentic. And
Yes.
she was pouring into me.
Yes.
I'm saying about how people can they
Yeah.
just pour into you.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you right now, I'm getting chills, like, because
Yeah.
when I think about the goodness,
Yes.
I'm going to tell you something else I want to share with you. I am a stage 4 breast cancer survivor.
Mm.
I'm not supposed to be here talking to you,
Wow.
but I'm here though.
Yes.
I'm here.
Yeah.
And I think, listen, when you
Yes.
go through something like that,
Yeah.
and he
Yes.
bring you out because it's not your time. See, we
Yeah.
on an assignment. When you go through that and he bring you out of that,
Yeah.
what else can you do?
Nothing. It's it. It's it.
What
Yeah.
else can you do but just say, just thank you?
Yes.
So that's the drive. That's what I want to see happen. I want to see society better. I want to see a better unity. And that's what I feel it's going to take from me, you, and others that are part of Black media that's
Yes.
telling
Yes.
stories of
Yes.
who we are, number one.
Yeah.
That's the importance.
Hmm.
I want to see us recognize who
Yes.
as a people and
Yes.
smile and be happy
Mm.
to know who we are. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I want to see happen in my lifetime.
And then you are also a new host of the Upscale Digital Podcast, making a significant milestone in the podcast evolution. And so, how did that? Because you've done such a great work with your own podcast. We too can make it all right. Now you have the Upscale Digital Podcast, so they must have recognized the wonderful work you was doing, and now you have evolved. And I believe you always evolved, but you expanded the media reach by doing it on the Upscale podcast platform. So what is that like? Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And it's all to God be the glory. But I want to thank uh, Mr. Bernard Bonner, the
Mm-hmm.
whole Bonner family,
Mm-hmm.
Millie Y. Harrell.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank them for the opportunity. Mr. Bonner, he travels a lot, and he's like, you know, let's do a podcast,
Mm.
right? And I'm like, okay. And so he's like, well, let's see how that turns out.
Mm.
And it's been a beautiful ride. So again, I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I always will be. And I'm just excited. I,
So please share with us some of the amazing stories that you have done on the
oh,
We Too Can Make It All Right podcast on the Upscale platform. Some of the amazing stories that really touched you or that was life changing that you had the honor of doing. Also, please share with us some of the celebrities you have interviewed. You mentioned Simone, but others you have interviewed and talked to.
oh my. uh, I've spoken with so many. We've, oh my goodness, from influencers, mayors. Uh, I just spoke with the Urban League president, Mark
Yes.
Brown, during the DNC. Um, oh my God, Miss Melba Moore,
Yes.
Mr. Angelo Ellaby. Uh, wow, wow. Richard T. Jones. I'm just thinking like because there's so many that
Yes.
I have, and the one that inspired me, Mr. Robert Cool Bell, Cool
Yeah.
in the Gang. Um, it's been amazing. So many, so many. I can't tell you, but the one that really stands out the most is I believe it's my father-in-law.
Wow. And that's because,
He is. Remember Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers?
yeah.
He's one of the teenagers.
Oh, wow.
So his story uh, truly inspires me because I still get to watch him at 84,
Hmm.
still entertaining. He's still, vibrant. And what really made me want to dig in a little bit deeper with our icons is the fact that a lot of them was in an era where, you know, a lot of things were controlled
Yeah.
and a lot of things were stolen from them.
Yes.
And now it's really not much that you can do as far as the statute of limitation is concerned. And so it's like, that's another reason why I'm
Yeah.
inspired. But for each and every person, you are an
Yes.
inspiration.
Oh, thank you. Thank
You're an
you.
inspiration because I'm like, wow, he looks just like me
Yes. Thank
doing this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't really just answer that. It's been so many, James. I can't, and I know God is just bringing so much more. And I try not to look at, even though everybody do what they do, different realms, different levels. But to me, I look at them. I have to look at them as just my people, and I don't look at one more than the other. Does that make sense?
No, I think that's what makes the most sense because it's like when you say you put the blinders on, you just focus on doing the work, and then when you look up, you didn't have this whole body of work, and you even like blow yourself away, like how did this all happen? When did this all happen? And you really just fall in love with doing the work, and that's the beautiful thing about telling these stories and sharing people truth and giving voice to the unheard and a disenfranchised. It's so important and it's so rewarding at the same time to where that's really what takes precedent. Like we have to have a platform and create platforms where people's stories are being told. It's like you saying, for you to say he was one of the teenagers, you heard about the Frankie Lyman story, but you never heard about any of the teenagers and how they was affected and what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
Even when Frankie Lyman went solo, all these stories that were a part of people's lives that kind of had went in the background and unforgotten that need to be told, and how what and their perspective that they can bring in on what it was like to work with Frankie Lyman, what that was like, during that time. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's very interesting that you have your father-in-law would be one of the teenagers.
Yeah,
Small
yeah.
world, small
That's a
world.
cool cat. I say to him all the time.
Yeah.
But I think also, James, the those that are behind the scenes as well,
Hmm.
even in what we do, there's
Yes.
someone that helps us with all of our editing, it's somebody that's helping. And I believe they are the catalyst to a lot of
Hmm.
those that are in the entertainment industry. It's just the entertainer is the face, but it's
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
People should get their flowers or their due diligence, because they do a lot of work.
Yeah.
So this thing is bigger than me and you. But I think if we just continue, like you have so much positive, I checked you out. You have some positive things,
Thank
and
you.
I'm telling you, excellence is ahead for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And all you have to do is just continue to be you,
Yes.
or
That's it.
authentic self. And that's the name of my show. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah. I like that.
Let's have a conversation
Yeah.
because I don't want to know, I think we have enough of the messy
Yeah.
and all of that, the superficial, and we have
Yeah.
enough of that going on.
Yeah.
We need to understand what is going on in our communities. What is going on? Marvin said it best, what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
to know. A lot of us in the community, we don't know who our councilmen, councilwomen are. We don't know. And if we focus more so on the celebrityism, you won't know what's going on until something happens.
Yes.
Now it's like, well, nobody told us, oh, yeah, we did tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I so focus always on diversifying the platform because one of my flagship shows was nonprofit foundation and charities and philanthropy, and nobody was doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I still have a lot of footage on that, and that to me that matters because people, they want to change the world. They want to make an impact on the world. They want to influence the world and
Mm.
make it a better place. And so I felt like that needed to really be dived into, and people need to really, share how they have taken on that challenge because everybody, it looks different for everybody. And
Right.
so it's been amazing to share that along with the other platforms that I have been able to share. But
Mm.
I watch the drama and the YouTube mess just to be abreast on everything and to exercise the full muscle in journalism and commentating. But nevertheless, I do more so believe in organic mess. Like if you come on my platform to share your story and you want to spill, whatever, it's like, okay,
Right.
that's great too. But you also felt a sense of relief because you was able to tell it the way you wanted to tell it, and what was ever left out. Because lots of times a lot of things are left out, which are very significant. People feel like that changes the narrative. And so it's important that we keep the narrative that we want that matter the most. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people they're telling themselves, but
Right.
don't change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? This
Right.
is this is the truth. So that matters. When you're doing stories and you telling other people's stories.
Well, I think it's important as well to respect the person.
Yeah,
Just respect that. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. And
yeah,
in journalism, there is an aspect of research.
yes,
Get your facts.
yes,
Don't just take it or assume, and don't push. Because again, when someone feels comfortable
yeah,
enough,
yeah,
you will get all that you need and some.
yeah, yeah.
Because I don't feel like I'm being drilled or the regular of
Mm-hmm.
interviewing trying to find out mess.
Right, right, right.
No, I enjoy speaking to this person. So now
Yes,
I may give them a little bit more, like you
yes,
said, but you don't have to push for it,
no, no,
you
absolutely,
know? So
yes.
I feel like just respect people as a whole. Just respect.
Well, congratulations on your honorary doctorate in
Oh,
humanitarianism.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's
Thank
a big accomplishment. That's not easy, and I'm telling you that is amazing because it really shows like the work you're doing when one transcends even into human rights. You know what I'm saying? Which is a whole nother giant. A lot of people are really focusing on the human rights and humanitarianism and to care about people and to believe in people and to do the work about the people, and that's what's really important, those
you.
of us who do this type of work, because that's where it all began. That's where it all going to end. The people is the investment. The people is the beginning, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And that Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award,
Yes.
yeah. That really, you can work, James, work.
Hmm.
And you look around and you done did so much
Mm.
and you didn't even notice what you just been doing it. You're doing it. So when
Yeah.
others recognize your work,
Mm.
that's an honor,
Yes.
a humbling experience because
Yeah.
it's people don't know how you may want to feed 50 people just by, and you wondering, how am I going to get the food I need to feed these 50 people? They don't know how you may be in your closet, if you will, and you're like crying, like, I need to feed these people because it's really on my heart. See, people don't know the backside. People don't know what you go through.
Hmm.
They just see when it manifests.
Yes.
But when he sees and it's recognized and it's not even, you don't even expect it, that's when you're like, okay, all right, God, I'll keep going.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's when it comes full circle, and it's so amazing to be able to live in purpose and to, you know what I'm saying, just know that everything's going to work together and everything is going to, it's working, it's happening. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I think that when that worrying comes in, that's when I think that you need to, press into more, because that's a sign that something's about to happen, because I'm worried. Because this worry don't never do anything. You know what the income of worry? Worry don't ain't never solved anything.
Mm.
But usually when you worry, you try to help God out and you mess the whole thing up. And so
Oh,
it's like you have to fight. You have to fight that worrying, trickery.
that's
And
right.
yeah, and just know that it's gonna all come together. It's gonna all come together.
I like that.
No,
That
that's the truth.
don't
That's the
worry,
truth.
because listen, once you give it to him, he got it.
Yeah, that's it.
So when you worrying, that's like you saying you don't trust him.
Right.
No, it may, and I had to learn that too.
Yeah, it's a
It may
lesson
not come
learned.
on him, but won't he do it? He
Yeah,
always on time.
yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
always on time.
yeah.
But I just want to encourage you, brother, before I
Thank,
leave,
thank you,
tell you, keep going,
thank you.
keep going. And it don't matter about the naysayers, it don't matter about the haters either.
Yeah.
But it's just on my heart to tell you to keep going.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, because it's like what you supposed to be doing, and you just have to find it within. And so
Hmm.
you got to pull it out from within. It's like you're human, and you go in life, be life, but you got to still find it and pull it out. And so that takes a lot of work. That's not easy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Because we're human and we live it and we experience in life. Everything is coming at you, but you have to stay true and steadfast on what that you should be doing, which is this platform that was actually prophesied to me, that it would be happening. So here we are, and it's nothing but great things that's going to continue to come. And I know this is purpose. So let the people know where they can find you at, the great things you got going on, how they can connect with you, how they can just be a total blessing to you. Let them know.
Well, you can find me on Instagram, Yada TV Network _ Inc. You can also find me on Facebook, Dr. Tara S. Merchant, Twitter, and I think TikTok too, if I'm not mistaken. We don't do all that stuff,
That's
but
big now.
they can find me there, and also be on the lookout for a lot of upscale, which is now Upscale 1989. This is our 35-year
Mm.
anniversary of Black excellence and
Yes.
prestigiousness. So we look forward to what is coming above, way out. Some
Yes.
things, that's coming on. Also, we wanted to do this last year, but I think that this is going to be the year where we're doing something called The World is Watching.
Mm.
What we're doing is we want to, and because of the, you know, debate that's coming and political real, but the purpose of that is to bring Black history into the educational curriculum for
Mm.
real, because I just feel like with a lot that's going on with our teenagers, our youth, our young adults, a lot of act is based on not knowing who you are
Yes.
and whose you are.
Yes.
And I feel like if they understood the significance and all the contributions that are what they're using now,
Yes.
came from us,
Hmm.
they'll do better.
Yes.
When
Yes.
you know better, you do better.
Yes. Yes.
So just keep watching out,
Yes.
listening to Let's Have a Conversation, because we're going to have some good people coming on. I might just have Mr. Claiborne on.
I would be honored. I would love to come anytime.
That's right.
Leave our people with
Do
some
it.
words of inspiration, words of encouragement. Let them know some nuggets, with all your wisdom. Leave them with something exciting.
What's exciting is sufficient.
Yes.
That's always exciting, because when you know what that word is, I'm encouraging everybody to go look that word sufficient. That means
Hmm.
you have exactly what you need to start and finish your
Hmm.
assignment. And once you do that, it's all good. Don't let nobody talk you out of your blessing. Don't let nobody talk you out of your vision nor your goals. You stay on track and do what you need to do.
Yes.
And
Well,
until the next time, as I
yeah,
always say to
absolutely.
people, let's have a conversation.
That's how it comes. I love it. It's been a pleasure, absolute pleasure, absolute privilege and honor. The pleasure was all mine to have on our platform King Simon Entertainment, KS News, Tara S. Merchant, author, journalist, interviewer, podcast. We too can make it all right. Yada TV Network, INC, the new host of the Upscale Digital Podcast, making a significant milestone in the podcast evolution. This has been an amazing interview, amazing talent. Please connect with her, reach out to her. She gave you all her social media handles. And just be a blessing and just follow her and see the wonderful things that she has to share and the integrity she attached to her interviewing and making everybody's story feel and sound special and just amazing, amazing work. Keep doing what you're doing. You're welcome to come back anytime. I have really enjoyed talking to you. And this is a beginning of something really, really amazing. And we're just going to continue to do what we do and be great, and celebrate one another. That's what we're going to do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, King. I appreciate you. And
Yes.
for those who are watching, this right here is greatness. King Solomon Entertainment.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Make sure you guys share this, subscribe, follow. Thank you guys so much. Until next time. Thank you so much. King Simon Entertainment. Thank you guys so much.
All right now.